Alright, so it's that time of week. It's Friday, Saturday, we have to go shopping. Just got back from food shopping. Today I pretty much just got the proteins covered, got a whole lot of meat, chicken, steak, etc. Got my fibers as well, some asparagus. I didn't need to get any brown rice or oats, all my typical carbs, because I had already gotten those earlier in the week around Monday. So today I only spent about 54 bucks or so. Got my proteins and fibers covered, and I'll probably have to go back sometime at the beginning of next week for more carbohydrates, brown rice, oatmeal, potatoes, etc. Like I said, I only spent about 55 bucks today. For the carbs, I'll probably spend around 25 to 30 bucks. Not too expensive. You keep your foods limited. You look for the sales, and of course, you just split it up into alternating proteins at one part of the week, carbs the other part of the week. You can break it up however you want, but the point is, I don't go shopping in bulk all at once, and that really helps me budget, actually. Okay, so today was my first day off in a while. Schedule's been very hectic, so I actually took advantage of it and slept in till like 2 p.m., which I never do. But because of that, it's now about 6 p.m. and I've had 2 meals. This definitely motivates me to get cracking on the cooking right now, because I need to get some mealage in me. So we're going to start off with the chicken breasts, of course, and I actually use white gem, skinless, boneless chicken breasts. And yes, you guessed it, because I told you I use white gem, I am getting paid to say that. They do sponsor me, and I am selling out to them. No, in all seriousness, all you want to do is focus on getting the chicken, some sort of a chicken breast that A, doesn't have skin on it, you don't want bones either, and B, make sure it's natural, no preservatives. Some chicken breasts are flavored. You can get the bags of chicken breasts a lot of times, but they have an intense amount of sodium in them. They're slightly flavored. You don't want any of that stuff. It's going to make you retain water, if not gain some extra fat. So just make sure it's all natural. It doesn't have to be certified or organic, but just get the real deal. Steak's a little bit more finicky in this case, because of course red meat's more expensive, and depending on what store you go to, you're going to have more of a selection than others. A lot of times I'll just get the bottom line sirloin cuts, nothing too crazy. Today I actually got the sirloin tip steak, nothing too crazy. It only cost me about, it was $10 and then $7 with a Stop and Shop card, so nothing too amazing as far as high-end steak goes, but realistically, unless you're dieting for a show and you're coming down to the last final weeks, you don't need to worry too much about that. Basically, just meat is meat. As long as you're getting good red meat, as in steak being a good source of red meat, you're all set. Don't worry about how high-end it is, how clean it is, and all that. If you're bulking, you're going to stay clean if your diet's clean overall. So, we're going to begin with the chicken first, because that's my #1 source of protein when it comes to my daily diet. Alright, so the #1 question I get typically is, how do I cook my chicken, etc. I'm going to let you guys know that I do have about 3 or so years experience in culinary arts. I've worked at various different restaurants cooking and taking classes for that. But what's funny is I'm actually the most boring person when it comes to food prep. Pretty much because, like most bodybuilders, I don't see food as food anymore. I just look at it and it's like the Matrix to me. You see a bunch of numbers. I just look at it for the macros, all the different numbers. I look at food and I see numbers. So I just want to get my meals out of the way. I eat so much throughout the day. I don't feel like sitting around cooking, preparing, none of that. I eat my food cold, out of the Tupperware, not even heated up, bland, whatever. Just give me the nutrients that I need and let me go on with my day. So what I use is, of course, the Lean Mean Fat Grill Machine George Foreman Grill. And yes, you guessed it, I am getting paid to mention that name too. So pretty much, it's as simple as this. I know a lot of people have different methods of cooking. You guys want to know what I use? Like I said, very boring. I use the Pam Original Canola Oil Spray. It doesn't really matter which one you use for this. It's such a little amount. Blast the grill top real quick. Now for chicken breasts. I know you guys gotta see the twirl as always. Bust that open. I take usually about as many breasts as I can fit on there. Fat sides towards the back so they grill all the way through and quicker. Slam them on there. Now ideally you should wash your chicken breast before cooking. I didn't. I'm still alive today, so you know, if something happens I'll deal with that later. So while the chicken's on the grill, I'm going to also bang out the fibers. Now my favorite source of fiber is asparagus. Broccoli and such is very good as well. Fiber is fiber. Asparagus has that special chemical in it, asparagine. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, feel free to correct me. I apologize. But it is the source within asparagus that helps you dry out your body, gets the water weight out of you. So it'll actually keep you looking nice, hard, and ripped during the off season. What I do is I get just a bag of steamers. Again, completely natural. There's no preservatives, there's no flavorings, nothing like that. It's just asparagus and some water. It comes frozen. All you have to do is take the whole bag, pop it in the microwave, 5 minutes, bam, good to go. That's my fibers. That'll last me maybe like 2 to 3 days tops. I got a few bags of those. I'm going to cook them all up, mix them all together. Got more chicken to grill once. Okay, now you guessed it. This video is one gigantic advertisement for Minute Instant Brown Rice. Is that the brand? I think so. So, I already have some brown rice actually made up. But we are getting low, so what we're going to do is add to this. I'm thinking I'm going to cook about 3 cups of brown rice, which is going to make about 6 servings. So for that, we need 2.5 cups of water. Now I do use instant. I don't see any sort of difference between instant and the long-term cooking. It works just as well. Again though, make sure you're getting all natural stuff. Don't waste your time with anything that has preservatives and all that. Pretty much because, yeah, they do add some fat, but more importantly is they make you retain a lot of water, especially since most preservatives use an extreme amount of sodium once again. So if you want to avoid that bloated look, you don't have to go full organic, but just make sure it's at least natural. It doesn't have to be blessed by a rabbi.